I'm joined by Victoria Southwell from the Magic Bus charity, which is a charity supported by the Wimbledon Foundation. Let's just talk about the charity first. Where did the idea come from to start this charity, please?
So Magic Bus was founded in 1999 by Matthew Spacey, who's still our CEO, and he was working in Mumbai at the time for an organisation, and he started noticing that there were groups of young people who were kind of hanging around, often when he was playing rugby, and he started just interacting with them, throwing the ball around with them a little bit, and got to know them and started to then understand some of the issues that they were facing with. They were young people who were living in slum communities, who had not had a decent education, who had very poor employment prospects. And out of that, he really started to think about how you could use sport as a way of engaging with children and young people in India and helping them to address some of those issues.
What kind of specific sporting workshops does he put on to help the kids?
Well, we go into slum communities all across India now. We work with 400,000 children a year in 22 states across the country. And we go into communities that are hugely affected by poverty, where people live in quite horrible, desperate conditions, where the children, even though they have access to education, may not be enrolled in schools, or they may not, for a variety of reasons, be going to school because they might need to work. It might be something their parents didn't do, so their parents didn't think that it was very important. Girls often aren't sent to school because it's not seen really as a priority for some of those families. So we go into those communities once a week. We run a sporting activity with the children, and the sporting activity might be football. We run tennis sessions, all kinds of different activities, and through those sessions we embed learning in the children. So at the end of those sessions we have a sit down with them where we talk about specific issues, and we leave the children with some takeaways that they can then take back to their families to think about, and to get them thinking about the importance of education and helping their families as well support them to go to school and to stay to school, so that they get a standard of education that will help them get a good job.
I guess, and what has the response been from these children? What impact has it had on their life from what you've seen?
Well, you know, the communities that we work in, we make a significant difference to the number of children who go to school. Education is free in India, but there are lots and lots of reasons why children don't go. So in the communities that we work with, the children that we work with, we pretty much have a 100% rate of them attending school regularly, and also improving the grades that they achieve in school and staying in school until they are 16 or 18, which is a really key thing, because if you can get a certain standard of education in India, it does mean that you are likely to be able to either go on to further education, training, or get a good job. So the children absolutely love the sessions. You know, they absolutely love Magic Bus. The sessions are run by older young people from those communities as well. So not only are we supporting the children who attend the sessions, but we're helping young people in those communities also gain some really valuable leadership and mentoring skills that will also help them when they go forward with their job prospects.
And I guess then, what has the Wimbledon Foundation done to help the Magic Bus?
Well, the grant we've had from the Wimbledon Foundation has been absolutely fantastic, because it's meant that we can work in 4 communities in South Delhi that we weren't working in previously. So we go into the actual communities themselves, and we do a whole range of weekly things with them. We take tennis rackets and the children play forms of short tennis, and within that we embed the kind of learning that I was mentioning about reinforcing how important school is, and also health issues as well, because sometimes even simple things like not washing hands can mean that children get ill and then they can't go to school. So kind of these things are very linked. We also go into schools as well through the Wimbledon Foundation grant, and again do tennis training. We have trained our youth mentors and our community leaders who run the sessions also in being able to teach tennis. So for them, they're learning a really valuable skill. They're being exposed to tennis, and we're hoping that some of them also will be developing some quite strong tennis skills as well, which is unlikely to lead to them becoming the next Wimbledon champion, but is going to be a possibility of them perhaps having a career that has some aspect of tennis within it.
And your relationship with Wimbledon Foundation is obviously very strong either way, each way, because it's been extended. You've now got a new grant, and you're here today on men's quarter-finals day. Just tell me about how excited you are to be here and what you're going to see later.
Well, it's fabulous. I mean, I think the relationship we have with the Wimbledon Foundation has been brilliant for Magic Bus, not just in terms of financially, but also it's really helped us think about how we can bring a sport that lots of people don't play in India, particularly in the communities that we work in, to them. And the kids have absolutely loved playing tennis, and I think that's the great thing about tennis. Wimbledon itself, I think, is known in India. It's a fantastic brand in terms of that everybody just thinks it's just
global, iconic, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, to be here today is, I think, just a massive representation of that as well.
And Victoria is lucky enough to be going on to centre court to watch the men's day, and you'll be seeing Andy Murray, which is pretty special, isn't it?
It is, and I will be cheering on behalf of 400,000 Indian children and young people to hope that he manages to kind of get through to the next round. Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for chatting to us, Victoria, and good luck with Magic Bus.
Thank you.